Now the question is how to find the LU decomposition of a square matrix A. So in general, if you take any square matrix, its LU decomposition may exist or may not exist in general, but if certain requirements are satisfied by our square matrix A, then we can definitely say that our square matrix A can be decomposed or can be factorized as a product of lower triangular matrix and upper triangular matrix. Now let us see that theorem. What does that theorem say? Now let us see, can every square matrix be decomposed as a product of lower triangular and upper triangular matrix or not? And the answer to that question is given by the next theorem. So this theorem says that a square matrix can be reduced to a square matrix that can be reduced to row echelon form U by Gauss elimination without row interchanges, then A can be factored as L multiplied by U, where L is lower triangular and U is a upper triangular matrix. So according to this theorem, those square matrices that can be reduced to upper triangular matrix by performing elementary row operation except row interchange, isn't it? As we have studied three types of elementary row operations, that is nothing but multiplying a row by a non-zero scalar, Ri plus k times Rj, and third one is interchanging two rows. So we have to perform only two elementary row operations here. So by performing only multiplying a row by a non-zero scalar, you can call it as k times Ri and Ri plus k times Rj. So by using only these two elementary row operations, if we are able to reduce that matrix to a upper triangular matrix, then we can say that A can be factored as a product of L and U. So let us prove this theorem. Proof is simple. So first of all, I will write down the given things. Now as we have studied before, performing elementary row operation on a matrix is nothing but multiplying that matrix by a elementary matrix from the left hand side. So that property can be used here. So I will write, but therefore there will exist elementary matrices E1, E2 up to Ek such that where U is a upper triangular matrix. Now as we know that every elementary matrix is invertible, therefore all this E1, E2 up to Ek will be invertible. Now we will call this equation as star, and what I will do is I will pre-multiply this equation by Ek inverse. So what will happen is I will have Ek inverse here, and Ek inverse multiplied by Ek will be identity matrix, and similarly on the right hand side I will have Ek inverse multiplied by U. What do you mean by pre-multiplying? Pre-multiplying means we are multiplying it on the left hand side, and post means we are multiplying it on the right hand side, right? But in this case we are multiplying, pre-multiplying. So therefore what I will get, now by using similar logic, now you can see that over here I am having Ek inverse. So what I will do, I will pre-multiply by Ek inverse, and I will go on continuing in this way. But this process is going to stop somewhere, because whatever elementary operations we have applied on A, they are finite elementary operations, right? So after some time this process will stop somewhere, and where it will stop, I will write it down. So as you can see, I have performed pre-multiplication 2 times, so therefore I am having Ek inverse, and after that I am having Ek minus 1 inverse. Then after this I will pre-multiply by Ek minus 2 inverse, and this will be continued, okay, and it will be stopped at E1 inverse, right? So therefore I will have E1 inverse here, E2 inverse, and this will be continued up to Ek inverse multiplied by U. Now note that we wanted to show that A is a product of L and U. Now we already have U in picture, so it remains to show that whatever matrix we are having, that is nothing but a lower triangular matrix. And showing that it's simple, Just we need to know one property. Now try to understand that. Suppose we are having some square matrix, let us say 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 8 9. Now we have to convert this matrix to a upper triangular matrix without a row interchange. So what types of operations we will perform? The first one, naturally I will perform R2 minus 4 times R1. The next one, R3 minus 7 times R1. Okay, or let us say R3 minus 7 times R1 here, and here maybe some I am having some 6 and 8. So first of all I will perform half R2, right, so that it will be easier for the calculations. So, and after that my second row will be, after performing half R2, 1 2 3 2 3 4 7 8 9, and afterwards I will perform R2 minus twice R1. Okay, so these are the main three elementary row operations which we are performing, and after doing calculations one can say that I will get 0 here and I will get 0 here, and still it is not upper triangular. We need to make this entry to be 0 as well. But our idea over here is, what will be our elementary matrices corresponding to this elementary row operations, that we have to see. So corresponding to half R2, what we will have, as we know that what is exactly elementary matrix? It is nothing but matrix obtained by performing exactly one elementary row operation on the identity matrix. In this case we are dealing with a 3 by 3 matrix, so we will perform this elementary row operations on I3, right? So what will half R2 give me? So corresponding to the elementary row operation half R2, my elementary matrix will be this. Is that fine? Now corresponding to R3 minus 7 times R1, what will be my elementary matrix? So first row will be as it is, second row will be as it is, third row will change. So 0 minus 7 multiplied by 1 will be minus 7, this will be 0 and this will be 1, and corresponding to R2 minus twice R1, I will call it as E3. Second row will change, so 1 0 0 0 0 1. So 0 minus 2 multiplied by 1 will be minus 2, it will be 1, and this will be 0. Now if you note properly, whatever elementary matrices we are getting, all the elementary matrices is having a lower triangle present, right? So it means that all these elementary matrices are lower triangular matrices. Thus our conclusion is, whatever matrices are here, I am talking about the elementary matrices, all are lower triangular matrices. And remember, product of lower triangular matrix is again a lower triangular matrix, and therefore whatever lower triangular matrix you get here, you can call it as L, and thus we can say that we have expressed A as a product of L and U. So let us write it properly. As E1, E2 up to Ek are elementary matrices that reduces A to a upper triangular matrix U, let us say U in the bracket, that too without row interchange. Therefore all these E1, E2 up to Ek are lower triangular matrices. Since these are lower triangular matrices, their inverses are also lower triangular. Therefore the product E1 inverse, E2 inverse and so on up to Ek inverse is also lower triangular. Let us give it a name. I will call this as double star. So I will say, let E1 inverse, E2 inverse and so on up to Ek inverse is equal to L, and therefore we can say A is equal to LU. Okay, by using this triple star in double star, and therefore we have expressed A as a product of L and U. Remember, L stands for lower triangular matrix and U stands for upper triangular matrix. So that's all for this theorem. Thank you.